You make your way to the winery. In front of you, you see a steps that lead up to the door, which Erwin described as the barrel maker shop. Then you see the loading dock to the east, and to the extreme west, you see the veranda with the double doors behind it. Where do you want to go?
I think our plan is still to go to the loading dock, so I would just that's where we're gonna head.
Okay, I'll just turn the page real quick. Okay, so you head up into the loading dock, and parked in the loading dock is a wagon with 3 barrels set in braces on the bed. A raised wooden walkway runs along the west, south, and east walls. Through a hole in the ceiling, you see the wooden arm of a loading crane with ropes and hooks dangling from it. There's a door in the south of the room that has been forced open and hangs ajar. And that's the only. And I'm sorry, there's a door on the western wall as well. I'm sorry, yeah, the western wall.
In the west is one that you showed us that picture that's to the right on the inside.
Correct.
And not towards the stairwell, but to the house. So the one on the southern wall, does that appear to lead into the house?
Yes.
Okay. And the western one would conceivably also lead into the house.
Yep.
Which one did he say they fled out of?
They fled out of the western side of the house. So
near the well.
Yeah. So over by you can see those 2 little outbuildings on the right side of the picture. That's the well and the outhouse over there. And there's a door on that side of the house.
Could we do a cursory search of this area to see if there's anything somewhat useful or before we move into the house?
Yeah, but just remember, you can still hear this like crunching and
yeah. It's not like we're gonna stop and do a thorough search. If you're gonna,
yeah.
How you want to handle that?
I mean, you can look around, and looking, you see that the wagon that is in there is loaded with 3 barrels of wine in it, and they each are stamped purple grape mash number 3. And if you want to make a quick perception check, we can.
That is a better skill for me. However, not with that roll. So 10. Although my passive perception is 13. If that makes a difference.
You get past life knowledge about wine.
Yeah, I don't want to blow all my past life knowledges here.
You don't notice anything in here.
Okay. While they're cursory glancing everything over, I'm getting very nervous. I put my scimitar away and I take out my crossbow. And since I don't have to worry about bolts anyways, I'm just going to plunk a few arrows or a few bolts their way.
Okay, so you just kind of turn around and shoot out into the vineyard, basically. Mm-hmm. So you manage to you shoot a couple shots off, and you see basically the twig blight. You hit the blights, and as they hit, they just kind of smash apart. But another blight just kind of climbs over the ruin of its companion and heading towards you.
I'm getting kind of scared, guys. Let's go inside.
Yeah, so once I don't just see anything or whatever, as I'm kind of doing this, I'm just making my way over towards the door, and I'm just gonna go in.
Well, maybe we could distract the blights by dangling Alaintree from the crane.
Ooh.
There you go. So you're heading in the open door to the south?
the alphabet.
Okay. So you kind of push the door open. You notice that it's actually kind of knocked off some of its hinges, so you can't really close it very well. You can't just shut it behind you, basically. It's just kind of like swinging there. And you enter a hallway that is 10 feet long, and to the right is a pair of double doors that open, and the hall ends in a turret that has a sloping wooden floor that spirals up and down.
And that's the only exit out of this hallway, is this turret that goes up or down?
No, there's a set of double doors that go in further into the house
To the west.
that have also been pushed open.
Is there anything in this hallway, like a bureau, a desk, anything, or is it just?
It's just bare.
Okay. Is there anything that I can drag in from the loading dock through the doorway to block the door from this side?
Yeah, you could grab. There's probably like a case, not a case, like a bookcase type piece of furniture,
Okay.
or a hutch, or something like that. You can pull in.
Okay. Yeah, I want to just try to block the door best I can.
So you head back out into the loading dock, and you see the first of the blights are like starting to climb up the stairs into the loading dock and fill in the area, and you pull the door shut.
Okay.
Or you pull the furniture back into the hallway and shut the door, and make an. Actually, I have this down here. Hold on 1 second.
I turn back and Hudson's got his
That's right.
radar out, and he's like, "They're right on top of us, man."
Make an athletics check to barricade the door.
Okay. 22.
You like slam the bureau into the door and manage to somehow wedge it into the frame, and it just like locks in place.
Okay.
And as you stand back, take a couple steps back, you start hearing like it's like clawing on the door.
Which way, into the house or into the turret?
Yeah, let's go into the house first.
It's just like swinging double doors, right?
Yes. Tell you in 1 second. So the rich smell of fermenting wine fills this large 2-story chamber, which is dominated by 4 enormous wooden casks, each one 8 feet wide and 12 feet tall. A wooden staircase in the center of the room climbs to a 10-foot high wooden balcony that clings to the southern wall, which has 4 windows set into it at balcony level. Stacked against the wall, underneath the balcony, are old empty barrels with the Wizard of Wines burned onto their side. The balcony climbs another 5 feet as it continues along the east and west walls, ending at the doors leading to the winery's upper level. Underneath these side balconies are several doors, some of which hang open. Beneath the sloping roof stretch thick rafters, upon which scores of ravens have quietly gathered. They watch you with great interest. And I can actually show you at this point.
Now, what was the purpose of this room? Is this more of just wine storage, or is this like for customers to come in and like do wine tastings or something?
This is where they actually make the wine.
Okay.
Let me see if I can do this right. Okay, there we go. And just because that is a lot of description, that is what the room looks like.
And we came in from where?
From the doors, those 2 doors on the right.
So it's basically the other way then. So it's
The way I'm looking at it, up top is north.
So yeah,
And,
because we were south was away from what the picture was.
so the empty barrel is on the east side of the room.
Okay. And so yeah, so the front of the house is up top.
So the correct.
Yeah. Okay. Just for
Barrels
Okay.
all the barrels say the wine the wizarding wine.
Correct.
So then we can also make the assumption that that door in the northeast there is the other door that goes out to the loading dock.
Yes.
Can we make that
Yep.
assumption? Okay.
Yes, you can make that assumption.
Hmm. And there's nobody in here currently.
The balcony creaks, drawing your eyes to a wild-looking figure hunched over the westernmost cask, pouring a flask of thick syrup into it. She wears a gown made of animal skins and a headdress with goat horns, and her hair is long and unkempt. Suddenly, you see something skittering across the floor. It looks like a tiny creature made of twigs. It moves from its hiding place under the stairs and disappears behind the easternmost cask. So it kind of comes towards you and then heads to the north between the two casks.
Does she seem to have seen us yet?
Not that you can tell. She is very intent on what she's doing.
Okay. Is it conceivable that we can do something now to her?
Sure.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should I shoot her, Declan?
If I had a means of attacking her at range, I would do so. So feel free.
All right, but if she comes attacking me, I'm running.
I will protect you if she comes our way.
A natural 20.
Oh, that hits.
Are you sure it hits?
Yes.
Never good damage roll though. 11 points.
Okay. All right, give me 1 second. 11 points, you said, Mike?
Yep.
So, and then this is force damage, right?
It's whatever a crossbow does.
Oh, I thought you had like special fancy.
No, it still does piercing damage. It just is
Okay.
a magical bolt that I shoot that just replenishes itself naturally.
Oh, cool. Try something new.
That's never good when the DM says that.
No.
Oh yeah, you guys will be fine. Okay.
There's something new as she falls over into the vat and drowns.
Yes. No, you hit her with the arrow and it kind of knocks her back, and the flask that she's holding kind of goes flying and falls on the ground. And she looks over and she suddenly notices you guys, and we're gonna roll initiative.
14.
21.
21.
Uh-oh. Canyon?
6.
Okay, so which one of you two has Illmoon and Alaintree has the higher dexterity?
I have a dexterity of 18.
Also 18.
Roll a
Alaintree can
d6.
egg first.
Okay.
What?
Declan. Okay. So I'm gonna try something real quick. Hold on. Last time I did this, I didn't have. Break me. Okay, so stop share. Share screen. So the druid is over here on the balcony. You see the little leaf thing? Did that work?
Mhm.
All right.
Okay, reactions. Here we go.
That's going to be Declan. That'll be Alaintree. The book be Goldenrod. And let the fist be Illmoon. So you guys are kind of all over here by the door.
So is each square 5 the standard D?
Yep. Yep.
Can you throw that cog on there for R2?
Oh, okay. Yep. Sorry, R2. I always forget about you. And in the spirit of forgetting things, Ireena stayed back with the Mardikovs in the grove of trees.
And I'm sorry, I'm the shield, correct, Adam?
Yep.
Okay.
No symbol for Figaro?
Nope. Figaro is on the hilt of your dagger there. So what would you like to do, Alaintree?
Oh, I'm first? She's within 60 feet of me, right? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Yep, she's within 60 feet. So
yep.
She is going to hear a noisy bell in her head. And I'm casting Toll the Dead on her.
Okay.
It's a Wisdom 10 savings throw.
Okay. I'll have to try to make that. And she fails.
Ooh, cool. So that means she takes, what is it? 2 spells, 2d. She hasn't taken any damage, so it's 2d8 points of damage.
She has taken damage.
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
And that makes it's 2d12 points of damage.
Oh my.
And she takes, an 11 and a 9. She takes 20 points of damage.
So is it just like this loud bong that goes off?
You point a creature you can see within range. The sound of bells fills the air around it for a moment. The target must succeed on a wisdom save. And she takes, it's necrotic damage if that's, basically it's just, yeah.
So when she staggers back from getting hit by the crossbow bolt and looks over at you, you just hear the Toll the Dead, and her hands just go over her head, and her hair just goes white, and her face shrivels up, and she falls over into the vat of wine, dead.
I did that.
A fine vintage.
Wasn't expecting it to be that quick.
All of a sudden, Adam's like, give me a moment.
Yes.
Recalculates all of the enemies.
I gotta figure out how to get rid of her. There she is. There she goes.
Well, I still got my movement and all that stuff. So I'm gonna move up to up here in the corner there, towards
Up here?
Actually, no, I'm gonna move behind the casket. So it's only I'm right there.
Right there?
And I'm gonna hide.
Okay. Okay. Yep, that's you right, your cunning action, you can hide, right?
Yeah. Do I have to? I think I have to roll a stealth.
Yep.
13.
Okay.
No, I think I'm hidden.
Okay. Here, I'll even put you like back in the barrel. There you go. Illmoon, you're up.
So, as far as we know, that one blight thing is still lurking around this room, right?
Correct.
Then I'm going to hop down to the lower level and just kind of cautiously.
So you guys are on the lower level. The dotted outline is above you is a balcony, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you guys are like
sorry, the way it
balcony.
goes down the edge, it looks like we're on the raised part. It's a little confusing. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, Jay. And then these stairs here go up to the balcony.
Oh, so the vat extends up to the top of the balcony, kind of like
Correct. They're like
Batman when the Joker falls into the
yes,
vats and
yes.
okay.
They are 12 feet tall. Those
Okay.
bats. So they're actually a little above the balcony, which is 10 feet off the floor.
Okay, I'm just going to walk around cautiously looking for that creature.
Okay, so he went up between the two barrels there. So you just want to like head over here?
Yeah, I'll make my way over there.
Okay. You don't see him, but you do see there's a giant crack in the side of that vat.
Ooh. Do we have a way to light this thing on fire?
I don't know, do you?
I don't.
Okay. Would you like to do anything else?
I will stand in front of the crack with my spear ready in case something pokes its thorny little head out.
Okay. It is now Declan's turn.
Okay, so seeing what Illmoon is doing here and kind of how he's ready to spear where the crack is, I'm going to try to go on the opposite side of that cask, and I'm going to smash my shield against it to try to...
So like up over there?
No, up toward... I'm pointing, you can't see it.
Yeah. I
back further, like so on the opposite side of the...
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Like
to
there.
try to possibly scare this thing out, or at least drive it out through the crack if I could.
Okay. Everyone except Alaintree make a perception check after you smash the side of the barrel.
Okay.
15.
15.
5.
Illmoon and Declan, you both hear it sounds like after you smash it with your shield, like hundreds of twigs breaking and snapping and skittering around in there.
Oh my god.
You would guess there's more than one. Like, they're almost like rattling around inside there.
I like Illmoon's fire idea. Okay, well, that's my turn, I would assume.
Okay. Goldenrod, you're up.
All right. I'm gonna obliviously just walk straight ahead around the cask then.
Okay, over towards where Illmoon is or where Declan is?
Down by Illmoon, I'll say something stupid like you shouldn't hit the cast. There's already one crack in it, and if you make it 2, then it'll be totally useless, and these people will be very upset with us, so they might yell at us.
Apropos of nothing, you don't have some kind of like poison gas injector or a flamethrower, do you?
Unfortunately, my maker did not purchase the flamethrower upgrade for my form.
That's all right, friend. It's something to strive for.
And R2's kind of scrappy, so he's going to follow Declan because he seems to like to punch things like Declan.
Okay, so I'll put him up there. Okay. Is that all you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay. So out from the crack, surprisingly enough, swarm a bunch of those twig blights, and they just come like barreling out. There's like, you can't even accurately figure out how many there are because they're just so alien looking and kind of like swarming over each other. And 2 of them actually swarm over the top of the barrel and come out over here. Just kind of like and like crawl down it as fast as they can. And the two that came out of the crack are going to attack Illmoon.
Did he have a ready to action to attack them?
Oh, did you want to, or were you just kind of standing guard, Jay?
Well, I mean, yeah, I was standing in front of the
Okay.
crack with my spear, so I
I'm
suppose you
fine
could
with
say I
that.
was readying an action.
Okay. So you can take a shot at the first one that comes out.
All right, well, I rolled a 22 to hit
That is a hit.
for 11 points of piercing damage.
So you manage to like just smash through a bunch of them, but again, they just kind of like are like crawling and scrambling all over each other.
So the two tokens just represent some like indeterminate number of tiny creatures.
Correct. They are a swarm. There are two swarms that came out towards you guys, and two swarms that came out towards the top. And the two that came out of the crack are going to attack you, Illmoon. Is your armor class still 17?
It is.
Okay. So that's a miss. And that's a miss. And one on the top is going to attack Declan. And is your armor class 20 with your shield?
It is.
Okay, so that is a miss. And the other one's going to attack R2. And I don't need to know his armor class with that roll. So back up to top of the order with Alaintree.
Alaintree's going to come out of her hiding, and the blight that just attacked that's near Goldenrod is going to get within hitting distance and go boom, 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 casting Booming Blade on her short sword. 7 and try to don't touch my friends and roll a 25.
That's a hit.
And so because I get sneak attack damage, right?
Yep.
So what is my sneak attack at this point? 3. So the normal damage is 5 plus 4 is 11 plus 9 plus 13 is 22 points of damage.
How many points of damage?
22.
You come flying out of your hiding spot and just like start hacking into the swarm with your short sword and just like mow through it, and it is just a bunch of mulch at your feet right now.
All will be well.
Oh crap.
And then she's gonna move. She's gonna go around the barrel to the north, but
Okay.
So they don't have to
So
disengage.
Nope.
So like right there.
Yep. Okay.
Instead of being covered in blood this time, she's covered in like bits of bark.
Like that's right. Bark and leaves are like in your hair and all over your face. Got like sawdust up your arms. Illmoon, you're up.
All right, I will start stabbing away at the next chunk of swarm. All right, what do I need to hit these things?
Oh, you need a 14. Their armor class is 14.
Okay. My gosh, I am just crashing and burning here. All right, after dramatically twirling around my spear to no effect, I managed to stomp on one of the creatures for 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right, so you like swing over it, and they all just kind of like skitter back up against the barrel, and you're just like so frustrated that you just like
I'm picturing that my spear just kind of harmlessly goes in between a bunch of branches and the creature gets stuck on it without being injured, and I spend a lot of time like shaking it off.
There you go. You like just smash it against the ground, and as you do that, it just whatever force is animating it just leaves it, and there's just like a bunch of broken twigs and leaves and stuff on the ground at your feet, and that one is gone as well. And now it is Declan's turn.
Okay. Hey Ganyon, what's R2's constitution save?
Hold on a sec. +2.
Okay. I'm going to do I'm going to call upon the power of Helm to cast Word of Radiance. And may Helm's power end this unholy blight. And I want to blast out this radiant energy from myself. And they have to, everyone around me has to make, which I guess would also be R2 and the other. What was that?
What's the range on it?
It's basically around me, so I'm just going to position myself in between the two blights, which I would also assume would get R2.
Yeah, so you'd have to like scooch up right up against the barrel, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. So they'd have to make a Constitution save versus 14.
Okay.
I should get my proficiency bonus on my Constitution save for him. So
they both. Oh, I'm sorry. One of the swarms did, and one did not.
I rolled a 10.
So the one, any failure is 8 points of radiant damage, and the success is 4.
Okay. Great art. All right. You just like, and it's radiant damage, you said?
Yep.
Okay. So this like pillar of holy light just shines around you for a second, and it burns away a number of the twig blights, but they're still standing.
Okay.
And now it is Goldenrod and R2's turn.
All right. R2 is going to repair. And he's going to heal for 11.
There you go.
And I'm going to move myself to some either side, whatever side's probably the shortest distance to travel, so I can see one. So I'm kind of skitter around the barrel till I can see.
Yeah.
That.
So like up here.
Take a shot at it. 27. So I'm rolling well on those hits.
Yeah, there you go.
7 points. And then when my magical bolt reloads, I'll take another shot at it. 17.
That's it.
For another 8.
So how much was it altogether?
15, I think.
All right. So you pop around the corner and unload into this swarm, and just manage to pick it apart enough that it also just kind of loses whatever force is animating it and collapses to the ground. And now it's its turn. The one remaining swarm is going to attack Declan. And actually hit.
I'm gonna deflect it.
Okay, so it's a disadvantage? Or okay. It's gonna be tough to pull again. Nope, and misses. Actually misses. And we're back up to Alaintree.
He's gonna go up to the remaining swarm and take a swing at it with her short sword. 24.
That is a hit.
Okay. 8. I rolled 2 1s, 3 1s, so 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 points of damage. Only 11 points of damage that time. But I guess I'm tired from the last.
That's right. It is still standing, still kind of swarming around Declan and R2.
Then I disengage and move back towards the barrels.
Okay. So group. And now it is Illmoon's turn.
All right. Illmoon's gonna hustle around and take a swing at that storm. Although before he goes, he scowls into the crack in the side of the vat, like
There is nothing in there that you can see.
that's good. So yeah, let's get the thrusting here.
Illmoon's gonna stab the vat just after this is done for good measure.
He might. All right. Well, everything hits, so it's going to be quite a lot of damage. 18 points of thrusting damage plus another 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
So you like ram your spear just repeatedly into it, and then as it like crumbles to the ground, you're just like jumping on it and end with like a flying elbow. Stupid twig monsters. And that is all of the twig monsters.
I pound on the side of that. Come on, who's next?
It's just hollow.
As they die, they're like, I am Groot.
That's right. Oh no. Okay. So, let's see if I can put this. So
we need she fell in that one vat over there.
Yes, so she fell in the vat over. Did that draw something for you guys?
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, she fell in this vat. Why is it black? Stupid color. Yeah, so she fell in that vat.
And the vats are open on top, correct? Yeah.
Correct. You'd have to go up on top of the balcony to be able to see down into them, though. And just want to let you know that right here is a pair of double doors right here. And they're actually chained and padlocked from the inside.
From this side?
Yes.
Okay.
Don't worry.
And they're like sliding barn doors, basically.
What is that
And
thing in the middle there? That right there.
This is I don't know why there's something in front of it, but it is. Oh, it's a window that's looking out. And then there's double doors here that go to the north as well.
I think we need to.
Oh, and over here is an open door. And down here is an open door.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. And and there's an open door here. I'm sorry, this door is shut.
And there's a shut door, and there's an open door here, and an open door here.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about this. And there's a secret door. Whoops. I want to go over to like up on the balcony and look down and see how much wine is in that vat where she fell in, to see how I could conceivably fish her out or somehow reach her.
So the vats, you go up on the balcony, and the vats are like 12 feet tall and are they are quite a ways around. They're 8 feet wide. So if she fell in and went right to the bottom, it would take like a long pole or you jumping in and trying to fish her out and swim back to the top.
Is there any sort of spigot or valve to let the contents out of the vat?
Yes, that's what is right there. These things.
That's what I thought. Illmoon wants to empty without even knowing what Declan's goals are Illmoon just wants to empty it out so no one inadvertently drinks the wine that she was seemingly poisoning.
Okay, so you just go over and you open the tap, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just
And
let it flow.
red wine is just spilling all over the floor at this point. And are you proficient in nature or survival?
Neither.
Okay. Just wine pouring out. It's going to take a while to empty at the rate that it empties, but it is. Out.
Adam, is it possible to climb down in and then climb out of this vat?
It's lowering slowly as you watched Illmoon open the tap. But you see it's like smooth on the sides. It's just a giant
Then
barrel.
I want to tie off my rope somewhere up here and then basically scale down with the rope.
So you scale down.
And I'm going to scale down to like where she is. I would assume she didn't float to the center. Did she stay on the side where she fell in, or?
She fell in, and near as you can tell, she sunk like a stone to the bottom. Okay. So you have to either dive down or wait a few minutes for the entire thing to.
I'll wait a few minutes for it.
It was a very dense druid.
Yes.
Alaintree.
It was all those platinum bars that was on.
Yes.
Alaintree look at the padlock on the door and just not open it yet, but start studying them.
Okay, so it's chain shut. It's with a thick iron chain, and there's just a large single padlock in the middle of it that's holding it shut.
She's like,
Get your father. You want me to get Dad?
Does anybody else want to do anything while Declan waits a few minutes to see the druid?
Alaintree's just going to look at the padlock, but that's
okay.
I'm going to curiously look at the barrel with the crack and be like, this is a very weird way of making wine. I don't understand these humans at all.
And you can see as you look at the crack in the barrel, it looks like something probably like forced the crack open. You can see like scratch marks and everything all around it. And after a few minutes, the barrel empties, and you can see face down at the bottom of it is a wine-soaked deceased druid.
Okay, I want to scale down and search the body, only to find out that she has nothing of interest.
She has. Make sure.
There's a holy symbol, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
A sprig of mistletoe.
That's right. No, she was holding a quarterstaff, which was bobbing up at the top of the line and kind of like settled down near her.
She was wearing a necklace of heavy stones.
Yes. No, but looking at her, you can see she was like wearing so many animal hides and furs that when she hit the wine, it just like sunk her right to the bottom.
Gotcha.
And she just seems to have like layer upon layer of animal hide, and even with the wine kind of like staining her, you can see she was just covered in dirt and grime, and had some sort of like goat horned headdress on. But other than that, you don't see anything interesting on her.
Okay.
She's a D&D druid, so she had a bag full of good berries next to her.
That's right.
Are there any marks of any kind that would identify what sort of deity that she worshipped?
No.
Okay. Then I climb out.
Okay. You climb out. And are you proficient in survival or nature or anything like that?
I am not proficient in either of those. I'm proficient in medicine. If that does anything.
No.
Okay.
All right. So what do you guys want to do?
Adam, is there any way to check? Well, let me do this. I knowing that we saw her dumping in something into those other vines or the other vat, I'm gonna try and just pour out a little bit into my hand and kind of check the wine that comes out, and just to see if it seems like normal wine. Or I don't drink a whole lot of it, so I'm not gonna probably know too much. But
Okay. So we'll say you can get, there's like a small like tasting cup. Hi, Rowan. That you can fill with a little bit of wine if you wanted to. Just kind of laying around.
Swirl it around in the glass.
That's it. It's got a good nose on it. So what would you like to do with your half mug of wine? It looks just like wine.
I'm assuming my warforged can smell. Does it smell normal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you proficient in survival or nature or
No,
anything like that?
no. I'm gonna take a taste.
Hates nature. These druids are natural enemies.
I'm resistant to poison, so I'm gonna take a taste and see what happens.
Okay.
And we have an undead warforge.
Yep. Hold on. For some reason, they decided not to list the effect in that book, but reference the book that it's in, which is very fun.
I just imagine that Goldenrod has like a filtration system.
Yeah. So you take a drink, and it actually tastes very bad.
Tastes like feet.
That's right. So when you drink it, it tastes like wine, like normal wine for a second, but then there's just this like thickly sweet smell or a taste to it after you.
Oh, you're drinking mana shots.
Yeah, after you drink it, and you take 11 points of poison damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Is that before?
I didn't figure your resistance into it, so
Okay.
half.
What can was it? Constitution?
Yep.
13.
Okay, you are not poisoned.
Oh, I have advantage against poison too. I didn't even roll that.
Remember, you had a short week this week, man. Today's Monday already. You only got 4 days left.
So you just drank some poison wine, my friend.
So, how's it taste, Goldenrod?
He took a drink of it, and you just see him. He just like kind of like he's like a wine connoisseur for a second, just kind of tasting it, and then all of a sudden just kind of doubles over in pain for a second.
You guys said I was too young to drink alcohol. Ugh. So, you guys want to see what's in here? I mean, it's got a big shiny lock on this door.
Are you talking about the double doors to the padlock there?
Here, the one right above the.
Yeah, that one.
This one, right here.
This one
Yeah, those are the like sliding
Double
barn
doors with
basically.
the padlock.
Work your magic, kid.
Takes the bobby pin out of her hair. Starts twisting it at the lock there. So
Okay, make a check.
it is my proficiency, right? It's my pick locks is. Where is it on this stupid sheet?
Before you open this, Alaintree, is this leading to the outside?
Yeah.
Is there a window there?
Yes, there's a window right there.
Wait, stop, Alaintree. You're going to let those creatures in, and I've
Oh,
got my feet
yeah.
going.
Wait a second. Stop.
I don't want to fight any more
This is
twigs.
like-
I mean, I only can do so much.
Huh?
I'm ready to run.
But it's a big lock, and I want to open it.
No. Goldenrod is correct. We want to leave that.
We've got the
locked.
brains of the operation.
You guys are not any fun. Gee.
Now that we're like up near there, I'm just actually gonna make my way over to that door in the northwest there that's ajar and just kind of peer in.
Oh, okay.
And as you're going over there, I'm going to hit the other spigots on both those casks and then just drain them both because clearly they're not.
Okay.
We're gonna fill this room with wine.
That's right.
It'll stink.
Okay. So you poke your head out, and this is a storage room. There's bare hooks line the walls of this storage room. Shelves to the south hold several pairs of stained wooden sandals with oversized soles. There's another door opposite you that hangs open. And it leads outside into the rain. It's fitted with iron brackets and leads outside into the rain. Lying on the floor next to it is a 5 foot tall wooden beam, or 5 foot long wooden beam, I should say.
Can I safely assume that this is where they escaped from?
Correct.
Okay, so I'm gonna make my way in quickly and close the door and then put the bar back on it.
Okay, so you pull the door shut. And
Yep.
You have sealed that door.
Okay, and I'm just going to search this room to see if there's anything that
Nope.
I didn't get from first glance. Okay.
You don't see anything in here.
I put on the large sandals and start stomping grapes.
There you go. You've got to put on your I Love Lucy outfit
Exactly.
first. That's insane. They left behind the wooden sandals that they wear when crushing grapes.
Yes, I figured that's what they were. Now, the other doorway that's on that western wall,
Yes. Oh, sorry. I have to switch back to the
you got to go to the hand icon.
Yeah.
It looks almost like the wall is like damaged. Is that like a doorway or what is
Yes, it is an open doorway.
and what's through there? Just looking
Looking in, it's another turret that contains a stone spiral staircase that goes up and down.
Okay. I say we try the doorway in the southern wall.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so that door is shut. You want to open it?
I just want to smash it open, make as much loud noise as possible.
All right, so I'm gonna stop sharing this for right now. Okay, so you open the door, and a dirty window in the south wall of this room allows a dim light to enter. Wine bottles are manufactured here, as evidenced by the tools lying about. The wooden rack full of freshly blown glass bottles, with a wooden rack of freshly blown glass bottles along the southern wall. The hearth built into the southwest corner, and the barrel of sand standing next to it. A staircase descends underground, and between it and the rack of bottles stands a barred door, which you would assume leads out.
And there's no other exit out of this room.
Right. There's the one you came in, the one that would lead outside, and then stairs going down.
Okay. And the stairs going down, does it look like are they like narrow stairs that go down to assumingly like a basement, or is it like wide stairs that go into like a whole nother level, like a
They look just
formally...
like normal, like wooden basement stairs.
Okay.
There's also the stairs that we avoided back in the hallway.
Would we like to go downstairs and pay Henrietta a visit?
Let's do it.
I'm
Okay.
curious at anything that's descending down into.
Back staircase. Thick moss covers the walls of this underground staircase. At the foot of the steps is a landing with an arched wooden door set into a northern wall. So come to a landing with a door that leads north.
I want to listen to the door and see if I can hear anything.
Make a perception check.
Yes. Come on, something other than a natural 20. So 26.
You don't hear anything. Oh wait, actually, you do hear something. I'm sorry. You hear.
You did not roll high enough.
Yeah, no, yeah. You hear something. Try harder next time.
The
You
difficulty was
hear
30.
something moving around in there, but you can't tell what it is.
So even with a natural 20, I can't determine even how
Nope.
far away it is, or all I know is there's
no,
something
it is
moving.
it is very echoey down here.
Okay. Does it seem like it's in just on the other side of the door, or I mean, do I get an impression of like
No, it's like I said, it's very echoey and hard to discern stuff like that. And this door you think is very thick.
okay, is there any lock on the door, or is it just conceivably just a latch and just open it up?
Just latch and open.
Okay, well, I'm gonna open her up, but I'm gonna have my shield ready and
Ready for
Okay.
trouble.
The big bunny
All
rabbit.
right, you open into the
Yes.
wine cellar.
oh my
Wooden
goodness,
pillars.
it is. Where's Henrietta?
Yes. Put the picture up so you can see it as I'm describing it. Okay. Wooden pillars and beams support the 10-foot high ceiling of this ice cold cellar, which is split in two by a 5-foot thick brick wall. So that's this thing right here.
So we're entering from the south. The
Correct. You are entering from right there. And this is the 5-foot thick wall. A thin mist covers the floor. Each half of the cellar features an 8-foot tall wooden partition that acts as a wine rack. The western rack stands empty, but the eastern one is filled with wine bottles. Something moves behind the eastern wine rack. Through the holes, you glimpse half a dozen humanoid figures, one with a full rack of antlers. You hear a gravelly voice mutter the words of a spell. Roll initiative.
Initiative.
Ooh,
19.
I rolled a 5.
Nice.
11.
What did you say? 11, Jay?
7.
Oh. What did you get, Gannon?
17.
Good night. Thank you. Good night.
Oh. Goldenrod. All right. Okay. That is a very odd initiative round for us. So you hear the sounds of someone. Which word down here? Over on the eastern, behind the eastern. Use this one. Behind the eastern wine rack, muttering a spell. And you also hear something else behind there moving around with them. Half a dozen humanoid figures.
Okay, so that's on the western side, but there's nothing apparently on the eastern.
Correct.
Okay, and then I would assume we came.
Oh
in
wait, no, I got that backwards. Jeez, I'm sorry. So it's over here.
Okay, and we came in through that door down there.
Yep.
Or the stairs
So
are.
I'm gonna put you.
And we don't see anything right now. We just hear something on the other side.
You can hear the gravelly voice of a muttering the words of a spell, and there you can see half a dozen humanoid figures behind it.
Now, did someone roll higher than my initiative at
Nope,
19?
you're up.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to use my movement to move on the other side of that.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Before I do that, I am going to cast Bless on myself, Illmoon, and Alaintree. And I'm going to move on the other side of that.
Bless
Okay.
is D4.
D4 to saves and attack rolls.
Is the bonding still up?
It lasts an hour, so
Yeah. I don't think it's been an hour yet. So did you want to go to around the western edge or around?
Let's see. So I'm there. Probably be faster to go around to the east. So
This way?
yeah, that way, and then around, and then try to get
Okay.
alongside of whatever's there.
So as you come around the corner, you see.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, and you see that thing. Oh, that other thing is another druid. 4, 5, 6, and they look like. Hold on, I'll be right back to that screen. I always get ahead of myself.
Oh no, the screen's gone.
Yeah, sorry. I thought I downloaded a picture. It looks like they are these humanoids that are made of shit, I'm sorry, I lost the thing. Made of almost like raspberry pricker bushes. And while the other ones were just based that you've seen so far were just twigs, these actually have like thorns along their body.
Okay. And now that pillar there, does that prevent that guy from being within striking distance of me, or no? Or is he considered adjacent or not?
Hold on one second.
Not the one in front of me, the one up above him.
This guy?
No, the one above him. There's a pillar in between
Hold on one
he
sec,
and
my
I. Does that
speakers-
prevent me from attacking him or being adjacent?
Hold on, Nick.
Hi.
My sound got muted. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Okay.
I think the guy to the north of the one you initially were holding at.
Okay. So this guy?
Yeah. I'm just
Yeah,
wondering if that pillar blocks.
Yeah, to be able to like engage in melee combat, he'd have to like step out to there.
Okay.
And the same would be for you if you wanted to attack him.
Okay. So then I'm going to do the nothing fancy. I think actually is bless
I
a
think
action.
bless
Is an action?
I believe so.
Okay. So then I am not going to do anything right now. Actually, I think spiritual weapon is a bonus action. Yes, it is. So I'm going to cast spiritual weapon up to the north of me. And I'm going to have it attack that guy then. With a natural 1, which does not succeed.
Okay. Now it is Goldenrod's turn. Unless you have anything else you want to pull out of your bag of tricks.
Nope. I got nothing else.
Goldenrod and R2.
All right, so I'm gonna send R2 off to the other side.
So like over here.
Yep. And he's gonna take a shot with his force empowered rend. And he rolled a natural 1, so he's missing.
And what would Goldenrod like to do?
And let me see if for something really quick. Can I? What kind of cover would that be for me to shoot through that wine thing?
It would be like 3/4 cover.
Okay, so I'm going to take up a spot and right dead in front of Goat Boy.
Like that?
Yep. And I'm going to use my sharpshooter to ignore 3/4 cover.
Nice.
And I'm going to try and hit him with a couple shots. So let's see, -5. And I missed with both.
And now and all right, so he fires off his spell, and let's see what happens is Illmoon and Alaintree haven't gone yet, so they're both back here. And he finishes his spell, and a thunder wave shoots out from in front of him and catches Goldenrod as the only one in the area of effect at this point. And I need you, and it just like wine bottles just go spraying out and shattering in front of it. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please, Golden.
I'm going to fail with a 7, I'm assuming.
Yes. Yep. And so you take, well, that's not bad, 7 points of thunder damage, and would be pushed back 10 feet, but you're already against the wall there. And that's his turn, and so that's your spiritual weapon. So this needle blight, does the spiritual weapon take up a spot, or can it occupy the same spot as another?
I don't think it can occupy the same spot as it, but it doesn't like provoke it doesn't get reactions and some things like that, but it would,
Gotcha.
I would imagine, take up a...
Okay. So this guy's going to move here and attack you. And a piece of paper. It just kind of like rakes at you with its arm, and the thorns kind of like extend off its arm as it rakes at you for a 23 to hit.
Silvery barbs.
Okay. And so I've gone from a 23 to a 9, so that's a miss. This guy's going to move down here and attack you.
Oh, and I'm giving myself advantage because I can't see anyone else.
Okay. They're kind of bottlenecked back there. This guy's going to move over here. And this guy's going to move up here. He'll stay put. And he's already gone. And this last one is going to take a shot at R2. And an 18, is that a hit?
I believe so. Let me pull it up real quick. Yeah, that hits.
And so he takes 5 points of piercing damage. That is their turn. And so now it is Illmoon's turn.
How high is the wine raft?
8 feet tall.
8 feet. Okay. Does it go right up to the to the ceiling, or is there a?
No,
gap?
there's like a 2-foot gap between it and the ceiling.
I want to climb up, slide through that gap, and get
Just
the
like
jump
end up
on
there?
the druid. Yeah. Gonna go straight for the boss. Hello.
Ah!
All right, and here we go. What armor class should I be trying to hit?
You are trying to hit a 16.
Right. Woo! All right. Illmoon flings himself over the shelf, lands 2 spear hits and 2 martial arts attacks. 13 points of piercing damage and 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right, how would you like to have killed this druid?
Oh, I just go flying off, give him a couple stabs before he even knows what's going on, and then I just grab him and smash him repeatedly into the wine rack, and then pull a bottle out and crack him over the head with it to finish the job.
He just goes limp at your feet.
Drinking's bad for your health.
It's red wine. It's heart healthy. Don't have spells open anymore. And now it is Alaintree's turn. Very cool, Jay.
She's gonna yell, "Stabby, stabby, stabby!" Actually, she's gonna run towards the south of the one that's attacking
This guy.
Yep. And she's gonna go stabby, stabby, stabby. Actually, she probably will say, "All will be well." And let's see, what is that? I'm blind as an old man. 26.
That is a hit.
I'm assuming sneak attack damage, right?
Yes.
Or whatever. Not sneak attack. What is it? It is sneak attack.
Yeah.
Okay, so my 4d6 is 6, 8, 12, 17 points of damage.
Right.
Yep, 17 points of damage. Wait, did I get a +1 on it? No. 17 points of damage.
So you it is turned and engaged with Declan, and you just basically run up to it and stab it in what would be its neck and bring your dagger down, and it just kind of like splits in two and falls to the ground.
And then I'm going to go up towards one more square up.
Okay. So next to Declan.
Yep. And are you okay, Mr. Sharpe? Need any help?
It appears that you are helping.
I will be well.
Declan, you're up.
Okay, so I'm going to do the nothing fancy and stab at the one to the west of me there. 20, not natural.
That is a hit.
For 8 points of slashing damage.
Okay, he is still standing, but you have like chopped several appendages off and still somehow animated.
Okay, and the spiritual weapon will be attacking, slashing at the other creature here for a 17 plus, so assuming that hits.
Yes, their armor class is 12.
Okay. For 11 points of damage.
Your spiritual weapon cleaves it in twain.
That's a giant claymore, so it just basically comes down. And of course, it's force damage, not slashing damage, so it basically just blasts it apart.
Adam, I'm just curious, what program are you using, or what site are you using here for this?
This is called Owlbear Radio or Rodeo. Yeah, Radio.
Owlbear Rodeo. Okay.
Now, technically, I think there's a way I could invite you guys to be able to move stuff around, but that seemed like more trouble.
Yeah, this works.
Yep.
Mike actually showed it to me, and it's I'm less likely to shift the entire map than I am with a PowerPoint presentation. So Declan, Goldenrod, you're up.
Oh yeah, I'm going to move the spiritual weapon up to the left there. Yep.
Like that.
Yep.
Force empowered rend. 11 plus what's this? 18.
That is a hit.
For 4 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I will shift over one spot and I will try to sharpshoot these things. So the first one is 13.
It's a hit.
Okay. What is my bonus again? That's 6. 16 points of damage on that one.
So how do you envision R2 attacking with this force empowered rend?
So he just kind of like, I feel like it'd be like servo motors or something, or pneumatic motors, just like his hands popping out. Yeah.
So is he just like rock'em sock'em robots?
Yeah.
The blight and it knocks it back, and you're just like line up the shot perfectly and catch it in what would be its head, and it just collapses to the ground.
And I'll launch one more bolt through using sharpshooter again. 15 to hits.
That is a hit.
For 21 points of damage.
Again, you just, as soon as the first one drops, you just are perfectly lined up and just shoot the second one and pin it to the wall behind you, or behind it, and it just goes limp, held up by your bolt. And that's the 2 remaining blights' turn. The one is going to attack Declan, and that would be a 24 to hit.
Jesus.
Are we silvery barbeting it, or?
Nope.
Okay.
Not going to use a spell slot this time.
Okay. You take 6 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And then this other one is going to attack Mr. Illmoon. And that is a 15, which is not a hit. So now we are at Illmoon's turn.
All right, I'm going to attack the one north of me.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. What am I trying to hit? 16?
No, 12 with these guys.
Oh, 12.
Yeah, I know.
All right, both of my spear attacks hit for a grand total of 11 points of damage.
That is enough to destroy it.
All right, I'm going to stab it like I'm using a pitchfork on hay and just pick it up and stuff it into an empty barrel.
Yeah.
And I've still got my martial arts attack, so I'll take a stomp at the other guy too.
Remember
but I
the
rolled a
bless,
natural
Jay.
one, so that's
Yeah, just
Would you
remember
roll?
the bless too, Jay.
well, even with the bless,
Yeah,
I can't.
I'm just saying if
Thank you. Yeah.
Whenever someone casts bless, I literally just put a D4 on my D20 to remember it.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. Good call.
And now it is Alaintree's turn.
I can't get around Declan, can I?
You can move through Declan. He's,
Yep.
you can,
Can I stab
around him.
to the northwest of me? Can I stab at that thing or no?
no. You'd have to just to show you, you'd have to probably move. Like
yeah, you
that.
can move through the space of the spiritual weapon too.
Right.
Allies.
So you'd have to go 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to use 20 feet of movement to get over there.
I can do that. And then I'm gonna do my nothing fancy and stab at it. Rolling a D4. Ooh, natural 20. Woo-hoo.
All right. I am not even going to have you roll damage. It has 3 hit points.
So I'm envisioning Alaintree probably just did her, even though she didn't know how much damage this thing had. She just came in there and was like, ah! Did her all will be well attack.
Give it the satisfaction. They're covered with like bark and twigs and sap. All right. So you are now standing in the wine cellar with a bunch of broken bottles over here. This get back on the drawing thing. This over here is a ramp that spirals up. You assume to back up to the first floor. And then looking over here, you see there's a spiral staircase over here that goes up to
Is there
the first floor as well.
Is there anything on that western in the western wine wall there?
Nope, over there. The western rack stands empty, and this one over here on the eastern side is mostly empty now, thanks to the thunderwave attack.
Is there anything I like cap on the barrels? Do they seem full or?
One thing you do notice, and actually, yeah, from where you are, Alaintree, you would notice that the cellar is markedly colder the closer you get to the north wall. And up here, you see there are those 3 barrels, also containing a all labeled as containing purple grape mash number 3. Are actually so cold that they've got little bits of frost on them.
We had this in Fort Timberwatch when the dragon attacked.
Do we notice this too, or is Alaintree pointing this out, or I don't know if we're aware of this?
The barrels are cold.
And
is the rest of the cellar cold?
It's cool, and you would notice it a little. It's gotten colder.
Is there a draft, like a noticeable draft coming from anywhere?
Nope, it's just colder.
Is the barrel itself cold?
Yep.
Is the wall cold?
Yes. The wall, now that you look at it, you notice there's actually like frost on the wall as well.
Is this normal to store wine in an area this cold?
Adam, can I do a search of the cellar to...
Sure.
Okay. Is that a perception?
Yes.
Okay. Would someone aid me in this search?
Thank
you.
Don't forget to look over there. Don't forget to look over there.
22.
You find right here is a secret door. And it's just like inset into the wall, and you feel like if you push it, it'll hinge open.
Can I look to see if there are any like traps on the secret door before we push the button on the secret door?
Would you like to do that?
I would like to do that.
All right, make a investigation check.
Does that get a blessed on that?
No, blessed is saving throws and attack rolls, I think, right?
Yep.
Never. Let's see here. Investigation is plus what? So I rolled a 16.
You do not find any traps.
Declan pushes the door open.
All right, so it opens. It takes some effort to push open the secret door, and you are greeted by a blast of cold air. A dark tunnel stretches for 15 feet, ending at an archway beyond which lies a shallow cave, which is actually this illustration here. So there's a 15-foot passage here, and then there's a shallow cave beyond that.
Does my dark vision reveal anything in this?
Yes, you can see that covering the walls, floor, and ceiling around the archway, this actual stuff here, right here,
Yeah.
and over here, are patches of brown mold. It's just kind of little patches that are covering the wall, up the wall to the ceiling, and then you can even see it in the cave behind.
Okay, for what it's worth, noting that I don't need to breathe, I am not breathing as I go into this place. So I want to walk in and basically investigate that.
Declan, there's never anything good in my stories about caves. It's always bandits and thieves or dragons.
Don't the dragons? I read some story about a dragon who had a big treasure that a halfling stole from him.
And it was in a cave.
Exactly.
A magic ring, like I have a magic ring now.
So you walk in, and as you get towards the end of the tunnel, you just feel an intense wave of cold hit you, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay. That's my specialty. 16.
All right, so you're... So you take 14 points of cold damage as you just feel the warmth basically being sucked out of your body.
My body is not warm.
It's even less warm now.
You said 14, Adam?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you stay there or?
Well, I would imagine at movement speed, I've made it into the cave, right?
Yes. So if
So
you went,
do I notice anything in there once I'm in the cave?
Nope. It is just a cave, an empty cave covered in this brown mold.
Now that I'm in there, does the cold seem to be coming from the mold itself? Does it seem to be radiating from the mold?
Yes.
In for a penny and for a pound. I'm going to try to use my shield as like a plate, and I'm going to try to scrape off some of the mold onto the shield.
Okay. You can do that. You can scrape off a patch of it onto the shield. You notice it instantly starts to ice around the
interesting
brim of your shield where you've put it. And again, you feel this, just being in the cave for so long, you feel this intense wave of cold hit you again. I need you to make another saving throw.
Well, I mean, that's still my same turn. Am I still taking on the same turn?
Well, this will be after your action of collecting it.
Well, that was like my movement and action, so it's still my same round.
Right. So you started your turn. You moved in there,
Yeah.
did your action of scraping it off and getting it onto your shield,
Yeah.
and now it's your that would be your turn, and then your next turn, it's starting your next action. You need to make another
Well,
saving
I
throw.
only moved 15 feet. Couldn't I use my remaining movement to just get out of there?
Yeah. So you went. So
I went like 15
15
feet
feet
in, collected some
in the
stuff,
air.
and then I'm going to move 15 feet back out.
Oh,
That's
okay. Okay.
essentially what I'm doing.
I
I'm not
gotcha.
I'm not
Okay.
staying in there any longer than I have to.
Okay.
So
Okay. So you
so I basically
make a
go
saving throw.
in, you know, look around and then just scrape this off. Then I'm just beating
Okay.
feet
So
out of
you
there.
just scrape it off, get it on your shield. You see that it like rims around your shield,
Yeah.
and you get back out to the end of the tunnel,
Okay.
and you feel a wave of intense cold come off the patch of it that you
Okay.
have on your shield. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Is there anyone else around me, or is it only affecting me?
It's if is an odd question. So you're over. I just forget to grab the hand. You've backed over here. Is where would everybody else be?
I was probably at the secret door because I
Okay.
did the traps on it.
Okay. So I'll need Alaintree to also make a Constitution saving throw.
How far does this seem to be affecting?
It seems now to be coming from your shield.
No, but I mean, is it just going out like 5 feet, or is it?
The bless
Yes.
Constitution, is the bless still in effect?
Has it been over a minute?
No.
Okay.
Oh wait, did you cast it at this combat, or was it the last combat?
Before this battle.
Okay, yeah, no, then it has not been a minute yet.
It's not been a minute yet?
No.
No, because I didn't add my bonus. 24.
9.
Alaintree, you take 31 points of cold damage.
Do I get resistance on
And
that because of the ring?
what's your ring?
The bonded.
Oh, he's still under the effects of warding bond too,
Yeah,
so he
yeah.
gets resistance to all damage. And then Goldenrod has to take half of that.
Right, so
I scream out, "Ow!"
and then like you made your save, so you take half of 31, so you take 15.
If I take 31 or 15.
15.
You take 15, Goldenrod takes 15, and Declan takes 15.
They do a cunning dodge and resist even more.
No, because that's only for dexterity saving throws.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess since that was the start of my turn, I'm going to
Yes.
jettison this stuff off into the
You
basically
scrape it back off your shield.
Yeah, I'm gonna jettison it back into that area, into the room.
You see where it hits, it kind of like so we'll say it hits like just inside the entrance to the tunnel, and it just kind of settles and starts spreading across the floor, and you can see there's little bits of ice around the edges of it. Are you moving?
Yeah, I'm getting the hell out of it. I'm gonna close the door actually.
Okay, yeah, so you close the door, and you see that now that there's, as you close the door and stand there for a second, little bits of frost start like rimming the bottom of the door.
And I would assume before we end for the night here,
Yes.
was that thing that Illmoon basically pummeled and beat with a bottle? Was that a druid?
Yes, that was another druid.
I would assume that druid also has the aforementioned quarterstaff and animal skins and nothing else.
Correct.
Okay.
Except this one has a full rack of antlers on its head instead of goat horns.
Okay. I would suggest, since that basically foobarred me and Alaintree and everybody else, can we use Leoman's tiny hut and take a long rest here. I would appreciate that.
Okay with me.
Getting
with
spells back and healing here.
Sounds good to me.
So do you just want to cast Liam's tiny hut or like over in the corner?
Yeah, just in the corner somewhere.
Okay. So we'll start up with you guys emerging from your long rest next time. Which I'm fine for next weekend.
Yep, I'm fine.